I think we shared the ball really well. We were knocking down shots. We were open shots, so just our sharing the ball and our energy was great.
Did you know that the Dallas Mavericks are rated third in the NBA now? Luca, Doncic, and Kyrie Irving are killing it with their synergy. With a strong defense and offense strategy, they are all set to win the NBA. They have improved their defense ranking from overall 19th in the league to 10th following the All-Star break. The finals of the Western Conference of the NBA are around the corner, and it remains to be seen how well the Dallas Mavericks keep up their game. Luca did take the Mavericks to the finals in the past, but this team is quite different. The current team has 3.5 points per 100 possessions above the league average, while the past 2022 team had only 1.8 points above the league average. This is a rating of their offensive efficiency. The twist, however, is that that team was better in defense. They had 2 points per 100 possessions above the league average. This year, their defensive rating is almost the same as the league average, but since the All-Star break, their defense strategy has improved. They have an average of 1.3 points per 100 possessions above the league average, so they have a good defense strategy now. In addition to their strong offense game, which was there already, Kyrie and Luca have contributed a lot. Their synergy is noticeable on the court. They have taken the team quite far in this tournament. Kyrie is very fast. He is able to back up Luca this way. When Luca is charging down the court to the basket, even when Luca is blocked, Kyrie comes in to take the ball. Since Kyrie is so fast, he can easily escape from the opponent's defense and shoot the ball. He's a spry player with very good flexibility. Kyrie is able to move fast and create space between himself and his opponent's defender. Both Kyrie and Luca take the ball from each other through passes when the defense blocks the other. This is their synergy at work. Their joint effort is so good that when they are on the floor together, they have an offensive rate of 108.3 points per 100 possessions. This is equivalent to the 98th percentile of all lineups in the league. It is a custom for the game to be slowed in the postseason. Defenses are suddenly strengthened, and the teams find it more difficult to score points. It seems that the Mavericks are capable of scoring points in spite of this. Their team is already difficult to guard against. Moreover, they have been practicing a few sets that can really help them score points even in difficult situations. Exxon will do an Iverson cut across the court, and Kyrie and Luca will do a dribble handoff. Finally, multiple closeout attacks will lead to the Mavericks scoring a point. But what about the Mavericks' defensive concerns? Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington are making progress in the defensive layout, but we do not know whether that's enough to let the Mavericks win. PJ guards the perimeter well, and Gafford is a good weak side shot blocker. They have collectively held the defense, ensuring that they don't let the opposition score too many points. This is while their offense does most of the job by scoring a lot of points and allowing them to win. However, Derek Lively is out with a neck strain and is in major uncertainty. He is being allowed to rest and isn't playing in any of the regular season games. They expect him to recover and come back soon to contribute to the team's efforts. The Dallas Mavericks return to the American Airlines Center Sunday to face the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were hoping to keep the same pace as they had before. Luca had scored a three-pointer over the Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert and attracted a lot of attention. Coach Jason Kidd promised that after the Mavericks game, the team would go back to playing in their usual formation. Mavericks rookie center Derek Lively II suffered a neck sprain after a collision with Timberwolves forward Karl Anthony Towns. To end the match, the Mavericks would successfully defeat the Timberwolves 116-107. Important to note, Kyrie Irving would score a whopping 33 points. Irving and Doncic are the only two players this season to have more than 30 points to their name. This is a huge advantage for the Mavericks and will increase their chances of winning the NBA. Irving is known for cooperating with other players. He doesn't hog attention or demand to score points in his name. He will play defense if needed. He will facilitate other players and help them win, but he said he would always play for his team. History is witness to the fact that the Mavericks have a good chance of winning because the record is 155-0 for teams that are up 3-0, like the Mavericks. But Kyrie has told the team that the mission isn't over, the job isn't done, they will not stop until they actually win. This shows the Mavericks' determination and persistence as they enter the finals. Let us see what happens in the final match itself. But with the winning streak and the mindset, that the players have shown the Mavericks are all set to rock the court in the finals. Dallas will potentially face the Eastern Conference Finals MVP Jaylen Brown and the Eastern Conference champion Boston Celtics. The Celtics swept the Indiana Pacers after Celtics guard Derek White's clutch corner three cashed their ticket to the finals in their 105-102 victory. The breakout talent of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, is a 22-year-old star MVP who spent the first two rounds averaging 28.9 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 5.9 assists per game on a 62.4 true shooting percentage. He's a major concern for the Dallas Mavericks in the finals. He has defeated and humiliated the likes of Devin Booker and Kevin Durant in round 2, but the Mavericks have had him under control. Against them, he has barely scored a meager 22 points, with a ghastly field goal percentage 38.6. After making 74% of his shots in the restricted area against Denver, Edwards is down to 47.4% over his past 3 games. Edwards has seen aggressive double teams behind the three-point line, been blitzed on the pick and roll, processed sudden zone coverages, and stared down early help against defenders who are shrinking the floor. The Mavericks have thrown all this at him with planning and precision. They hope to do the same in the finals as well. Another trick the Mavericks have up their sleeve is 2.9ing him from the weak side. The Mavs are planning on making him uncomfortable so that he cannot score points comfortably like he usually does. The Mavs coach has employed this strategy. Jason Kidd, he has seen this strategy work with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. He is imposing a similar strategy on Anthony Edwards. Anthony doesn't get to freely dribble around the arc when it comes to matches against the Mavs. He simply has to be careful. The percentage of Anthony's two-point field goals that were unassisted in round 1 was 82.1%. That dropped to 73.1% against Denver. It's all the way down to 60% in the conference finals. The Mavs are challenging their opponents to beat them from outside the arc, no matter how accurate the opponents were from deep in the regular season. Even when Anthony is able to move into the arc downhill, the Mavs push him to throw the ball away and pass it to someone else. In fact, the Mavs have forced him to pass more times than he has ever before, but the Mavs will probably make it tough for him to move downhill during the game as well. Against Dallas, he's ending 45.8% of his drives with a pass instead of a shot, foul, or turnover. Against his first 2 playoff opponents, that number was 29.8 and 33.0% respectively. During the regular season, the percentage of Anthony's drives that ended in a pass was 30.9. The room he is used to having is strategically blocked by the Mavs. Dallas is defending itself by slowing him down. They are exhausting him to the point he's frustrated and can't move ahead in the game anymore. Edwards himself has accepted that the ball gets stuck in his hand too often and that he has to pass it to someone else. His dribbling skills and slow movement won't fool the defense of the Mavericks either. When Anthony moves, the Mavs defense moves with him. It's as simple as that. The Wolves have to embrace a rapid 0.5 inches offense if they want to get their best player going downhill against the Mavs. That doesn't mean that the Wolves can win without tough shots, but he must coordinate well with his teammates as he alone cannot beat the tough layer of defense made by the Mavs. Minnesota is down 0-3, but experts argue that each game was winnable in crunch time. Let's wait for the final results. For updates, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment if you like this video.